Welcome, I'm Waris Mohammed and you're watching the English news program on Somaliland National Television. Now these are the headlines. Somaliland's Vice Minister takes part of a meeting evaluating the Ministry of Education's progress. The announcement of a burial for the remains of the genocide victims. Thousands march in Pakistan's capital against Taliban. Vice President of Somaliland Abdulrahman Ismail Saylici opened a meeting discussing the achievements of the Ministry of Education and Higher Studies for the past 3 years. This two-day meeting had in attendance Minister of Education, Minister of Finance, a number of governmental officials, representatives from the UN, and other key guests. Minister of Finance, speaking at the event, stated that Somaliland's educational situation have shifted into better during the past 3 years. He explained how the budget raised from 4.5% up to 8%, which resulted in facilitating education for students in Somaliland. Minister of Education Zamzam Abdi Adan also elaborated on the major changes made to Somaliland's educational sector, such as empowering girls' education, constructing new schools, improving technical institutions, and improving the school's curriculum. Vice President of Somaliland, also speaking at the event, stated that Somaliland's current government have delivered most of its promises regarding the educational sector and that it's ready to provide more assistance to further improve this crucial sector. Minister of Environment and Rural Development attended a meeting for environment protection.
The Minister of Environment and Rural Development attended in a meeting for environment protection. The Minister of Environment and Rural Development, Shukri Haji Ismail Bandre, participated in a meeting designed to discuss methods of protecting the environment. The event had in attendance members from the Lower Committee for Natural Resources and Environment. The Minister of Environment and Rural Development, Shukri Haji Ismail Bandre, spoke about common issues in our environment, such as deforestation and other factors. The Minister also warned against the hunting of indigenous animals. The Minister mentioned that the Somaliland Development Fund will provide projects for capacity building to regional coordination offices of the Ministry of Environment.
Somaliland Ministry of Agriculture held a meeting for food security.
A meeting for food security have been held in the Somaliland Ministry of Agriculture. Among the participants of this meeting were the Minister and the Director General of the Ministry of Agriculture and the Chairman of NERAD governmental organization. Experts in the agricultural sector from Somaliland universities also participated in the meeting. The Minister of Agriculture, Farah Elmi Gedole, stated that the biggest objective of the meeting is food security and water of Somaliland, with the collaboration of 5 ministries and NERAD governmental institution, who the President of Somaliland has appointed to discuss the level of food and water at the first week of March. The Director General of the Ministry of Agriculture, Abdullah Ismail, spoke at the event and he elaborated on the importance of this meeting to the society.
Commission for Genocide Investigation announced that they will hold a proper burial for the remains of the 1988 genocide victims in the 3rd mass grave found recently.
Yusuf Haji Mohammed Ghorbawi, the Deputy Chairman of the Commission and the Director of the Data Collection Department, Abdurrashid Umar Dahir, spoke to Somaliland National Television and announcing a burial ceremony for the remains of genocide in Somaliland, which will be held in the coming days. The Deputy Chairman of the Commission for Genocide Investigation stated that the Commission, with a foreign experts' collaboration, succeeded to find the bones buried in 1988 in a mass grave near Hargeisa city. The Deputy Chairman also mentioned that forensic investigation were also involved and assisted in the completion of this operation. Eventually, the Director of the Data Collection Department, Abdurrashid Umar Dahir, elaborated on the burial ceremony for the remains of the victims.
You're still watching our English news program on Somaliland National Television. And now for the international headlines. Over 100,000 supporters took to the street of Karachi to vent their anger at the Taliban, whom they blame for a number of attacks on the government. Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif now faces intense pressure to step up the military offensive against insurgents. Up to 38 insurgents are thought to be dead after Pakistani fighter planes bombed suspected Taliban militant hideouts close to the Afghan border on Sunday. Many are based in the North Waziristan region. The government just targeted 6 hideouts in the Tirah Valley, thought to be used for training suicide bombers and making explosives. The Sunni Islamist Taliban wants Pakistan to alter its political and legal systems and embrace Islamic law. Peace talks have now broken down, and this year has seen an escalation of violence. Despite this, both sides still insist they are open to negotiations. China goes on orange alert after smog runs out of control. With some 15% of the country currently blanketed by choking smog, China has announced an orange alert and is sending teams of investigators out to major polluters in Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei province. Sites producing steel, glass, cement, and coal will be visited, and those violating production standards will be named and shamed. First of all, pollution makes commuting horrible, as no one wants to be exposed to dirty air. Second, and most important, it affects our health. My throat feels very uncomfortable of late. And thirdly, it affects our mood, which is certainly different on smoggy days to those when there are blue skies and sun, said one Beijing resident. While the Chinese authorities have issued a string of anti-pollution directives, at a local level enforcement has been sporadic, as the local administrations often rely on the taxes the polluting industries provide. The orange alert in Beijing advises schools to cancel sports, and other emergency measures include restricting car use, halting construction work, and banning barbecues. Thanks for watching. That's the end of our news. Until next time, goodbye.